I'm Ed Henry in for Brett Baer, and this is a Fox News alert. Breaking this afternoon, the U.S. is smacking North Korea with even more sanctions in the wake of the Sony hacking scandal. In recent days, private experts have challenged the administration's contention that North Korea was behind the hack, speculating it may have been an inside job at Sony. But the president today doubled down on his belief the secretive communist state was responsible. Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen has our lead story tonight.
President Obama's executive order empowers the Treasury Department to broaden U.S. sanctions against North Korea's already heavily sanctioned intelligence apparatus and arms dealing network, as well as key regime officials stationed in China, Iran, and Syria.
This is kind of a new moment in history where we're singling out the state sponsor of an attack on an American entity. And I think almost less interesting than what it says about the situation with North Korea is that it says something very interesting about the future of diplomacy and conflict.
This executive order, said White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest, is a response to the government of North Korea's ongoing, provocative, destabilizing, and repressive actions and policies, particularly its destructive and coercive cyber attack on Sony Pictures Entertainment. We take seriously North Korea's attack that aimed to create destructive financial effects on a U.S. company and to threaten artists and other individuals with the goal of restricting their right to free expression.
Hello, everybody.
Asked 2 weeks ago whether he was considering more sanctions on Pyongyang, President Obama refused to say.
We have been working up a range of options. They will be presented to me.
Katy Perry? I've never heard this before in my life. I love Katy Perry.
It was on December 19 that the FBI first alleged that North Korea hacked Sony Pictures to retaliate for the studio's dark comedy The Interview, which envisions the assassination of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. This week, however, a California-based cybersecurity firm, Norse, briefed the FBI on evidence suggesting that ex-Sony employees may have been culpable, prompting the FBI to double down in a statement saying attribution to North Korea is based on intelligence from the FBI, the U.S. intelligence community, the Department of Homeland Security, foreign partners, and the private sector. There is no credible information to indicate that any other individual is responsible for this cyber incident.
The malware that was placed on those systems was specifically designed to, steal a significant amount of data. They knew where the servers were at. They knew what they needed to destroy.
The White House pointedly noted that the president's sanctions order was, quote, the first aspect of our response to the hack attack on Sony. That's the closest the administration has come to saying flat out that the U.S. played no role in the repeated outages suffered this past week by the North Korean internet, such as it is, Ed.
James, does today's action give us any sort of clue about where the administration might be on the big question everyone's been wondering? Will North Korea be put back on the list of state sponsors of terror?
Well, Secretary of State Kerry has been asked to conduct a 6-month review of whether or not North Korea should, in fact, be relisted, if you will. To do so, North Korea has to meet a bunch of different criteria. It's not at all clear that the White House sees this event as terrorism. In fact, the president, during his interview recently with Candy Crowley, called it an act of cyber vandalism, even though White House officials on a background conference call today said this moved beyond graffiti to a coercive act, and that's why they took this action.
They may be edging that in that direction.
Indeed.
James Rosen tonight. Thank you, James.